Welcome back to part 2 of my Alien X build and review. On my last video I actually kind of forgot to mention a couple of things about this frame. I thought I'd cover those real quick before I proceed. These standoffs here, when I opened them up and I went to put everything together, one side of each one of them, the threads were completely stripped out of them. I think they were 2.5 millimeter, but what I had to end up doing was drilling it and retapping it 3 millimeter. So it would definitely be a good idea if you decide to purchase the clone version anyway, to go ahead and buy you an extra set of standoffs. That way you don't have to mess with drilling and tapping them, because it was kind of a pain to do that. I believe these are 1.5 inches tall. I will write in the description the actual length in case you decide to go ahead and get those. I had a few things come in today that I wanted to kind of show everybody. I did get finally got my wiring in to wire my ESCs on. Got them all soldered in, and the wires ran and the motors locked down tight. One of the things I wanted to show you was the liquid tape stuff here that I used after I soldered the wires onto the ESCs. I dabbed about 3 coats on there. It looked like about 3 coats got it thick enough, and I thought it made it look really neat and real clean, and of course protected the solder joints there. And I believe this comes in red, yellow, and blue, but I opted for the black to kind of blend in with everything else. And this is the connector that I made that actually used that same stuff. And it's pretty thick right here, you know, because I just soldered that together, so there's big gaps and spaces in that. And you can see I push on it a little bit. Kind of reminds me of heat shrink almost, really. And it's kind of tough, too. I'm surprised on how durable it is. And it's kind of hard to peel off, too. But anyway, I wanted to show that, how well that looked and came out. Some of the things that I got today are, oh, and by the way, before I forget, I am running the Trinity X9 or the 9X receiver for, I think it was $70 shipping and everything. You absolutely cannot beat it. I'm really happy with the radio. Everything seems to work really well on it. Word of advice, if you buy it, definitely get the backlight for it. I can't remember, it was less than $10 if I remember, and it took me about 15 minutes to put it in. Really not that big of a deal. Definitely got to get it, because in low light situations and night, you absolutely cannot see your screen at all. The only other thing that I would recommend getting for this is the LiPo pack. If I get it open. The Zippy 2500. See if I get some of the glare off of it so you can see it. Purchased that from Hobby King. I think it was about $15. The battery compartment that comes in these is really crappy, and it doesn't hold the batteries well. If you don't stick it in there just right, I've had the batteries kind of pop out of the holder and your radio goes off. Definitely get the LiPo. Saves you a lot of headache, and you can run for a whole lot longer on that LiPo than those regular batteries. Definitely good controller. Like I said, I'm just getting into the hobby, so someone wanting to get in cheap, definitely a good one. There's a lot of reviews, setup guides and stuff on this radio, but definitely something to for the beginner to get into, like me. Anyway, some of the stuff that I got today, I got from Hobby King the 1000 milliamp 3-cell LiPo battery from Trinity, and this is what I'm going to use to power my FPV camera, my transmitter, my OSD, and everything like that from here. I'm kind of concerned about the amount of current that I'm going to use, or milliamps that I'm going to use running all that stuff, but I'm going to have to plug everything up, charge the battery pack, and then see how many milliamps I actually use over a certain period of time. We'll see about that later on, but I'm pretty sure I can get several flights in on this pack, because the transmitter and the video camera, I do not think, use a whole lot of power to run them. I got from Quadcopter today is this little 32 channel 5.8 gigahertz 200 milliamp transmitter. This is really cool because it is so small and so lightweight. The only thing that you have to do is you have to actually cut the heat shrink here so you can plug it in, and right here so you can hit your dip switches, the itty bitty dip switches, so you can change your channels. Definitely worth the money. I think it was $35 what that was, and the voltage range on that is 7 to 24 volts. So the box came in, whip antenna, it's pretty much junk. Got that cable and this cable. Not really sure what that cable's for. Haven't messed with it and read about it. This is actually a transmitter I'm running on my Nemesis, and it works really good. I'm happy with it. Also from Quadcopter, I've got this FPV camera right here. This is the 1/3 Sony Superhead 2 CCD IR block model HS1177. And it is has the 2.8 lens in it, and it is 5 to 15 volts. Most cameras I think are usually right around 12 volts, but this actually goes down to 5 and up to 15. Thought that was pretty cool for that little camera. Comes with the lens cap, this little bracket right here, so you can mount it, and you can actually tilt it up and down. Thought that was pretty cool if you want to add just a little bit of upward tilt if you're a fast flyer, which I am not that at the moment, but at some point I'd like to be. Also comes with this cable here that you can change all your settings, because there's brightness, sharpness, the color. There's a bunch of settings in there that you can adjust. Hooking it up, well, this is pretty much junk because there's no way, or at least that I know of, that you can hook this up. So what I did is I took, see what I did with that cable, here it is. From my other one, I took and actually cut these off, and I soldered me a video lead on it, just a regular RCA jack, and then a power lead so I can run it off a 3-cell pack. Because this, anyway, plugs in the camera, got the neat little switches here. Pretty cool. For, I think it was $37. I was pretty happy with that camera. Really small, and I think it's only 19 grams with the stand itself. Okay, the next thing I got from readytoflyquads.com is this USB module. Definitely excited to try this out because I am wanting to tune my quads while I'm flying, especially in an airfield. You know, you can use the app on your phone. You can adjust your PID settings. I mean, you could adjust a whole lot. And if you have GPS on it, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with this. And this was only $7.50. It comes with a little lead here to hook it up. Definitely worth getting, I think, in my opinion. Pretty cool. I also got from readytoflyquads.com is the 5.8 gigahertz circular polarized antenna set. This was only $8. I haven't seen any this cheap before, and when I seen it, I kind of thought I was only getting one antenna, but sure enough, I open it up and I get both antennas. They do have the, so I get this out of here, transmitter and the receiver both in the box. And this is the RC SMA, I think, which is the same as the receiver here. And they do make this with the SMA, just the regular jack too. And I think they have some with the just a straight instead of the 90 for $8. Can't beat that. I definitely want to see how they work. Don't know how well they're going to work, but for $8, definitely worth giving that a try. Last thing I have to show is some props that I bought. These here are just a plain old cheap nylon. I think they were $2.80 for 2 of them. Really cheap. This is the 10 by 4.5. Gotta say, I'm not impressed with these. These are so flimsy. Sorry. This leading edge, or I'm sorry, this trailing edge is really, I don't think you can see that. It's really wavy. right in through here. And it's really thin. I mean, you can kind of, I don't know if you can see my finger through that. But I don't know, it just seems real flimsy. I honestly wouldn't buy them. I think they're junk. This is the black one. It seems to be a little more rigid, maybe a little thicker material. I don't know. The leading and trailing edges feel better. Same price, but like I said, they're real flimsy. I'm just not a big fan of that. This next set that I have is the carbon fiber composite that they blend in with the plastic when they mold them. These are actually $5.75, I think, for a set of 2. These are so much more rigid, way more rigid than the nylons. I like them. It's a 4.7 by 10. I want to try them out. I wanted to try a couple of different pitches to see how my copter reacts to the two. But so far, my favorite I'm going to think of just by looking at them is the ones from APC. These are 10 by 4.5. These gray ones. These right here look like they are hosses. The hubs on them are so much larger. Big time difference in the hubs. The amount of material where the blades connect to the hubs, I would say at least a third more material. I've seen a lot of videos or reading a lot of forums about these nylon ones here. I guess get fatigued and weak and break right here after a few flights, especially if you fly kind of aggressively. But these right here, I think these are going to be the way to go. And these are $3 a piece, and you have to buy them separately. Place out of California. But these are super rigid. I found to say they're probably a little bit more rigid than the carbon fiber composite. I'm not sure what kind of composites they use, and it might be a carbon fiber. I'm really not sure. I just know that first glance, I really like these. Haven't got to balance these yet, so I don't know how they're going to balance out. These come with prop adapters. These do not come with prop adapters. You have to buy them separately, and here's the package of them here. You have to buy these separately. I think they're $3. I think you can do up to 4 blades with this. I'm not really sure. But I guess that was one way to kind of help keep the cost down on the props, is to sell this thing separately. Because really, after you get 1 or 2 sets of these, you really don't need them anymore, because you can just reuse them on your next set of props. But anyway, that is all that I have for now. As I get more stuff in the next week or so and start getting this stuff put together, I will try to make a better video, another video of where I have placements of everything. And again, any comments or suggestions, I am definitely open to hear them. Like I said before, I'm definitely not an expert and just newly into this hobby, and I'm just trying to muddle my way through finding the best way everything works. But anyway, that's all I've got for now.